Good evening, Barrister Fu. Good evening, Barrister Mbesia. You're welcome to this very important program. So much for us to talk about. So little time has been allocated for us to enhance this conversation. I'm excited to have both of you every weekend because why there's noise everywhere in the Cameroon and the media is manipulating the fact. They was looking up to this day and to this platform to know during truth what is happening exactly. So I will begin with you, Barrister Fru. You've not been here all along the week. We understand that a certain parts in Amazonia right now, especially in Bamenda and a huge part of the mainland, is locked down. It is not in conformity with the government strategic plan in liaison with the stakeholders on the ground. And this is creating a lot of confusion. Some of the reasons being that it is to stop school, but the president and the government have no intention to interrupt education of Amazonians. You are a legal man, you understand the implication of this confusion in the international community. We're expecting to hear you talk to us this evening, please.
Yes, buddy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for another Saturday. Throughout the week, when I had a little time, I had tried to find out on the ground who called a lockdown and what is happening on the ground. You will not believe that the lockdown, the so-called lockdown, is respected in almost all the hotspots of Amazonia, Bamenda in particular. Sometimes in the southwest, I see videos of Boya, somebody talking from Boya, that Boya, for these days, there has been no going out and all that. And I tried to find out what the hell is going on because the government of Amazonia did not call a lockdown. And somehow I got a reply. The people on the ground, our people know that it is not the government that called this lockdown. People think that is the handiwork of La République du Cameroon because soldiers were seen patrolling all over the place to make sure that nobody comes down. And what is their strategy? Is to make our people too tired of the lockdown for all these days, nearer to the election, and when the government of Amazonia calls its lockdown, everybody will be tired of it and will not respect it. That is strategy number one, because of the election. Number two, the proxies that work for La République du Cameroun were very busy on the ground, also armed, properly armed, and never controlled by anybody. And they went around
Yeah.
tantalizing our people. Our people said, "Well, if I come out, I'll be killed. So why would I come out? I might as well just respect it." The whole of the food market in Bamenda was down. The streets in Bamenda were dry. People were at their homes because of hoodlums going around with guns, supported by the army, to make sure that everybody respects the ghost town. This ghost town is called by La République du Cameroun for its electoral agenda.
You're saying Cameroon is want to instill fatigue, strategically making, and then at the same time, I would that the Cameroon government mobilizes a few bike riders to say they don't want the extended lockdown.
Voila,
I
that's
get
it. And those
it.
and those bike riders, as you can see, nobody challenged them because that is in the playbook. La Republic wants to make it look like the separatists have launched a lockdown, extended lockdown for people, for the population of the so-called Northwest and Southwest to suffer. And you can see that if you don't vote, you will suffer even the more. You will need to get out of this. And they are effectively enforcing the lockdown. La Republic is enforcing the lockdown and is using and its effective use of its proxies. Yes.
By Zapru, I understand we have a very brief moment. I want to hear from you your take on this issue. I know you've spent the whole week educating the people of Amazonia government position. I'm talking to you, Barrister Mbesia, but I'd like to get your view on this whole unauthorized lockdown.
Uh, I think I have a slightly different take on the unauthorized lockdown.
Please
One
go
thing
ahead.
we must admit is that we are the government, but they are also rogue elements who claim to be Ambazonian somewhere outside there. The reason why we do not want a lockdown, prolonged lockdown, is that we do not want to inflict undue punishment on the citizens themselves. If the goal is to stop elections, so be it. But we do not want to do it wanted to do it with minimal pain to the citizens, to the population. And that is why I think we came out with our own position. If there's a lockdown, it is for elections, it should be organized as stated there in that policy statement. Because election is a process. Different activities will take place in different places at different times. If, for example, the people in Meme knew that they were bringing ballot boxes, or there's a campaign somewhere in Kumba, or in Mezam, or somewhere, the local ASA can declare a lockdown for that particular area for that particular time. Because there is no need, for example, locking down Mountford when the activities are taking place in Kumba, and vice versa. That was the goal. And I think our position is clear. The idea that a lockdown is meant to prevent schools from the opening is just a false story. Because after all, after the elections, schools, what will you do? Unless you're locking down permanently forever and ever, the schools will eventually resume. But that does not even policy of the government. But as Brazil also says, Yaoundé inadvertently is promoting it. They didn't know what they are doing. Because our own goal is to stop the elections. Their own goal is to be sure that they do the elections and all what is falling within that calendar period. So we have diverse goals, but they are inadvertently helping us if it is inadvertent. Because if at all this what we call illegal lockdowns result in no elections in Ambazonia, we say kudos to those who even declared it, because that would have achieved our aim. If that illegal lockdown prevented them from campaigning, which is what they are doing now, I think yesterday the prime minister was in Boya and so on and so forth. If it prevents them from doing other things, so be it. Our goals can be achieved. I said they didn't do it. I don't think they did because they are. If you see their reaction, what happened in Bamenda there, mobilizing bikes, it's just a failure. It was something done by the government to protest against what and before who.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
strategy phase. Look at what is going on in Boya.
So,
Let me just learn. Look at what the response is in Boya. The response to a lockdown. What are they doing? The Mafani man who is supposed to be the mayor, he's going around the town, locking people's stores. That's the very strategy Lumari Ekema used several years back. It didn't work. That's the very strategy that has been used in Bamenda. It did not work. That's the very strategy that has been used in Kumba and all these major towns. They have come and seal the put double locks on the stores, and it did not work. So we find them doing something out of pure frustration, while we do our own out of rare strategy. Again, our goal is always not to inflict unnecessary pain on our own citizens. And so
your point is
those guys
perfectly gotten.
Just,
who declared the lockdown,
We have
we
a
just
limited time,
hope they
so
all
I'm
limit
trying
their
to
home there, and
finish.
just a few.
they should make sure they don't
Please,
inflict
by
unnecessary pain on our people.
on
Over to
our
you.
people. Okay, yeah. By Stafru, please.
Just a
30
short,
seconds. 30
just a short. This lockdown has been called by the coup plotters. I listened to JK propagating this lockdown. I listened to Chris Anu. I listened to Emos Tomenta. Every one of them was promulgating this lockdown, and they have been supported by
and
government.
they're doing so ignorantly. They
They,
are doing so
they, they
very
have been
ignorantly
hired. They
without
have been hired,
understanding
in
the
my view.
implications.
Yes, they have been hired by La Republic to do so, and La Republic has given them all the protection they deserve. All the gimmicks, all the backriders that they brought out as a front to come and challenge it, and nothing happened. It's all La Republic is in the La Republic playbook. Any other thing I don't understand,
Okay,
because it has never happened. It has
very
never happened since we started
quickly,
lockdown.
very quickly, Barrister Fro, we have a few more minutes. So I would like to announce the president of the Federal Republic of Amazonia will be taking some interviews with ABC Amba TV on Wednesday to address very important issues. We probably should be sending out the publicity by tomorrow or Monday. The president will be talking on last year around this about this time or somewhere around this time. Ayabacho was apprehended, and you understand that two associates, very close associates of Mr. Cho Ayaba, have also been
In Minnesota.
apprehended in the United States
Yes.
of America. The president will be talking on that issue because there's every need to present to the international community and to those in Amazonia who have concerns about some of these arrests the distinction between what is happening with them and the values or policies and laws upheld by the government. We also have the president explain to us the calculation of the government ahead of October elections. So there's no need us trying to belabor a lot of the point. By Wednesday, the official government position on the ongoing situation on the ground will be made known to everyone and the world.